Did you know that within your body is the capability to produce every single drug, hormone, and enzyme that you need to heal? Did you know that? And do you know where it's produced? In your skin. The skin is the largest manufacturer of the most expensive drugs, the ones that the pharmaceutical companies make and charge hundreds of thousands of dollars for. Some of them are called interleukins. Let's hope you never need them. But you can actually make a dose of those just by getting super excited. So I'd say if you're on a roller coaster and it's super thrilling, you actually produce interleukins by the bushel. So the human body is an excellent vehicle. And it is self-generating, and it is self-promoting, and it is constantly striving for balance, for homeostasis in itself. Now, today's talk is going to be about one thing that we can absolutely do for ourselves on a daily basis to help find that balance within the body and give the body what it needs. And that is a daily self-massage. Now, I understand that the idea of having a massage every day seems like it might be a little time-consuming. But this massage doesn't really need to take very long at all. It could take 5 minutes. It could take half an hour. It all depends on how much time you have. Maybe on the weekends or your day off, you have a little more time. You could spend that extra time doing it. Maybe during the week when you're rushing off to work, the idea of spending any extra time might be a little bit beyond what you want to do. But if you knew for a fact that it was giving you any medicine that you need, and not only is it giving you the medicine that you need, but it's giving it to you in the right dosage, sending it to the right place of the body that needs it, the directions are inherent in the packaging, and there's no negative side effects. If you knew that if you did this on a daily basis, would you do it? I do, and I can tell you right now, it has helped me tremendously. So today we're going to talk about the Auyervedic self-massage. I highly recommend it, and like I said, you can do it quickly or you can take your time, all depending on the time that you have. But just remember that even if it's a limited amount of time, each time you do it, it builds on the time before. It's sort of like exercise. Exercise builds on what you have done in the past. So you can't just do it one time and say, well, I've gotten all the interleukins I need, I don't need any more. You need to do this a little bit every single day. And you can do it in the morning or you can do it in the evening. You can do it whenever it suits you best. You just should do it. Have the faith in your body to help you get straight. So now the Auyervedic massage can be done as a dry rub or as with balancing oils. We're not going to talk about oils today because that's a whole different discussion. But we will talk about it as the dry rub so that this way you can do it efficiently and then get on with your day. If you do decide to use an oil, use very little oil. You're not supposed to be dousing yourself with this or feel like an oil slick afterwards. And if you're not really sure what kind of oil to use, sesame is highly recommended. It's balancing for many different body types. It's good for the skin, it soaks in, and you're using very, very little. Plus, sesame oil never goes bad, so you could have a bottle around forever, and whenever you need it, there it is. So now, we start this massage on the scalp. Starting from the very, very top, you take your hands and you just use the flat part of your hands and your fingertips, and you rub all the way around. This is a nice stimulating massage for your head. And then after you have rubbed, say for about a minute or so, all around your scalp, bring the oil, if you're using it, down to your forehead, And then down to the rest of the face, around the temples, really good. Up on the cheeks, up on the chin and the jaw, up on the neck, never down because gravity is pushing everything down. You want to go up. When you get to the ears, which is a super important point to do, just squeeze all the way around the ears. There are these little places there called marma points, and they are sort of the connection between the ethereal world and the physical world. So you definitely want to get that in as part of the massage. When you get to the neck, after you finish the ears, up on the neck, across the shoulders, across the chest, all right? And then when you get to the collarbone, up and down. Now, the basic rule for this massage is whenever you get to a joint, it is a circular motion. So when you're doing a shoulder, it's around the shoulder. And when you get to a long bone, it's back and forth on the long bone, under and over. You get to the elbow, it's round and round and round. You get to the forearm, back and forth. And vigorous enough to get the skin excited, or, well, not sexually excited, but moving, but not so vigorous as to cause any kind of unnecessary friction. And then when you get to the hands, of course, make sure you're rubbing the front and the palms, especially between the fingers. Pull each finger out, okay? It's very, very important. Get the tension out. See, this does not have to take long. As long as you are having respect for each part of your body, it's a good thing. And then on the other shoulder, round on the joint, back and forth on the long bone, round and round on the elbow, back and forth on the forearm, at the wrist, round and round, okay, front and back. And then when you get to the palms, rub them together, definitely in between the fingers. When you come down the body, when you get to the stomach, it's a round and round motion, right? And then the spine. Now, a lot of people can't reach the spine easily, so that's where Ayurveda suggests a towel. They call it the abhyanka. And the reason they call it that is it's because it's specifically for the massage. You don't, once you use this for your massage and it has oil in it, you're not going to want to use it for anything else. So have one special towel that is designated just for the massage. It's called an abhyanga, and it could be any towel as long as you can reach around the back. So when you're going to do the back, so you've got, whether you have oil on your back or you're doing a dry rub, you go up and down the spine like this, okay? And then across the back like this, right? When you get to the hips, it's a circular motion on the hips. When you get to the thigh bones, back and forth, up and down on the thigh bones. When you get to the knee, it's a round circular motion. The shins, back and forth, up and down, okay? Doesn't have to take long. When you get to the ankles, round and round at the ankles, and back and forth on the feet. So you can do the top of the feet first, paying a special attention to go between the fingers and the toes. Then when you're going to do the bottom of the foot, turn the foot over, and it's a back and forth rub on the foot, making sure that you are actually going in between the toes too and pulling out the tension from each one. And of course, what you do on the left side, you must do on the right. This does not have to take a long time. When you do this to your skin, you are helping to release any kind of toxins in the system. You are helping to relieve tension inside the body, and you are actually releasing killer cells. And those killer cells are out to kill any kind of virus or cancer-causing agents that are in your body. But you have to do this regularly. You have to pay attention to the body. And you do this a little bit every single day. I know that people shower and they feel like that might be enough. It's not enough because you're not really paying attention to getting the skin rubbed and stimulated to wake it up in a sense. So it's really, really important to do this mindfully, all right? So it's important to know that we need to touch and to be touched. And by doing this for ourselves, we are satisfying that need to touch and to be touched. And we are releasing all kinds of wonderful hormones and enzymes and painkillers and cancer-causing viruses inside the body. We're killing them off, and we are preserving the body in a natural way. I highly recommend this. It works really, really well, but it has to be consistent. Anything that is worth doing is worth being consistent to be done. And this is most definitely one of those areas that is going to pay you dividends if you do it consistently. I mean, it's this or it's medicine. I'd rather this than any medicine, because this is going to give you what you need, as much as you need, exactly where you need it, and in the right dosage without any kind of repercussions. It's important to know that massage also improves circulation. It is phenomenal for your skin. It helps to relax your muscles. It helps to relax your mind. And you know, if you have a mind that is constantly racing, then giving yourself a little bit of time to help relax yourself is a gift to yourself. It's not good to just constantly be running, and then not see the light at the end of the tunnel, constantly creating a new tunnel for yourself. So if you really want some quality in your life and some health, then you have to pay attention to your health. You have to build your health. And so, of course, that takes place with good sleep, proper sleep, and good nutrition. But massage is key, absolutely a wonderful key for helping your body to produce all of the drugs that man makes, but we make also within the body. Now, I'm sure nobody has ever told you that, but if you study Ayurveda, the wisdom of Ayurveda, which is over 5,000 years old, you will see that I am not making this up. This is a fact, and it just has to be consistent. And most people are not very consistent when it comes to taking care of themselves. So that's how come they haven't, they haven't gotten the benefit of this. If you enjoyed this presentation, I strongly recommend that you like it and subscribe to the station. Visit my website at yourpleasure.com, where there's lots of information about all the good things that I talk about, not only here, but lots of topics there, things that most other people are not talking about because they're uncomfortable. But I'm not uncomfortable. I love talking about things that are beneficial, whether they are of a sexual nature or a not sexual nature. It doesn't matter to me as long as it is healthy and life-affirming and good for us. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and I hope to see you again next week. Thank you so much for joining. Give yourself a good massage. Do your Kegels. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.